What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. House of the Dragon, episode 5. Last episode was a lot of love making, incest, backstabbing going on. We ended off with the king, having her sent the liquid plan B because he thinks, it's preventing anything that might have happened with Damon, when us as a viewer know it's actually preventing anything that happened with Sir Criston Cole. On top of that, she did agree that she would marry Sir Laenor, so I'm guessing we're going to see that this episode. I'm curious if there's another time skip. We've had time skips in every single episode so far. I think the lowest we've had is 6 months, which was from episode 1 to 2. Otto got removed from being Hand of the King, so I'm curious, what does Otto do now? Does he still get, does he stay around the Red Keep? Is he still, around the company of the king? Is he just going to go back to Old Town? Is he still going to be in Alicent's ear? I don't really know. And I'm curious, his informant, Damon's whore, who I guess either employs that little kid to send it. I don't know who's backstabbing who there. Was what Damon did with Rhaenyra on Damon did that on purpose because he knows that Otto has instructed his whore to be a spy for him? Or was that just Damon's whore acting on her own, she says she's not in the business of selling flesh anymore. So was that a 3D chess move by Damon and his whore? Or is that just her working her way up the ladder? I have no idea. We'll see. Let's go. I will draw my arrow if you don't stop moving and pull that hood back.
Husband?
Oh, she looks great. Why does he hate her? He is at the Vale. Okay, that's what I thought it was. It looked very mountainy, but it did. What the hell is going on? Do you want to tell me what the hell I'm watching?
I knew you couldn't finish.
Is she... Oh my god. Did that horsefall really just paralyze her? I mean, she hasn't moved. Wow! I was enjoying getting introduced to her character right there. So much for that. Wow! He's seasick. He's the new hand. Perfect. He actually should be. Well, I don't know if his mindset is going to change, but he was the only one given good, clean, solid advice. Wasn't trying to elevate himself. So I think that's a good choice. She's going to get left here, by the way. This is her new home. After the marriage and all. Where's her drag? Well, I'm sure they got somewhere to put the dragons. Their son has a dragon. It's still your friend at the end of the day. Why don't you talk to Rhaenyra about it? Why don't you just ask her and see, the mental state of things? You think she'd be good to get rid of her father, but she's been abused. She's the abusee and has no plan of thought for herself or what to do or anything. There she goes, biting her nails again. Rough. So it looks like little to no time has passed, as far as maybe less than 6 months. He is dying though. He hasn't looked well for the last 3 episodes.
That the Grand Maester himself brought.
At the direction of the king.
Yeah. This is going to make her unhappy because she chose to believe Rhaenyra, which got her father booted out. And
Rhaenyra sails with the king.
Alicent. And I mean, this dude just coming out of the woodworks, literally just messing her up even more because, she said at the beginning, she chose to believe Rhaenyra, and she didn't expect it would get her father booted. and she says she believed that she's still, you know, a maiden, why would the maester be delivering her a tea if she didn't have sex? Like, she believed that she didn't, so...
Heirs to succeed her. She stood to inherit Runestone.
Perhaps we can turn toward happier pursuits.
Yeah, can we not... we'll deal with that at another time.
In mind, Your Grace.
Oh, they don't know why he showed up.
I wish to propose them just as they did the last.
Do you want it or not? I'm not about the bullshit. You know your wife's down. Are you gonna keep doing this dance, or are we good?
This is an equitable compromise.
He's like, finally, I could sip this drink.
She's grown quite comely these last few years.
You know his true nature.
He's still young. He will outgrow it.
Are they saying he likes boys?
There is no pleasure in the world like bedding a woman.
Ah.
Our son in danger.
He does.
The lords of the realm.
I wonder who it is.
Yep. Is it Sir Criston? Or was Criston just the thing that quelled her thirst when it was actually Damon? I don't know. I have no idea what hers truly is. She does have a desire for the throne, though. Regardless of the things she says of wanting to choose, we know she kind of does have that itch.
I am the crown. And it. I've granted him leave to pursue his own interests.
She wants her cake and
He's granted me the same.
wants to eat it too, and like he doesn't want to play those games though. Like she's trying to she wants to have it all.
You want me to be your whore?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like he sneaks. Yes,
I want
yes.
us to continue as we began with you.
This is bad. This is bad. She didn't think about any of this when she was all horned up and everything. She just wanted it in that moment, and just thought it would be okay.
Aegon the Conqueror.
And see, she can play the games, and like it doesn't matter. But like, this is all he has. This is all he has, and she ruined it. That was all he had. She thought she could just dance around and do this and do that. Oh, I can marry, but I can also like have my cake on the side. And like you said, so you want me to just be your Kingsguard and your whore when you dismiss it? It's so, because then like what does he do? He's in love with you but can't publicly have it. It's just that's a sloppy mess. How's this conversation gonna go? Do you think Rhaenyra ends up confessing to Alicent that she did sleep with Criston, or do you think she just says it, that she just drank it just to appease her father and everything? Bro, he does not look well. What is happening? Alicent isn't gonna do something to like accelerate his demise, is he? Anytime, if I'm Sir Criston, oh god. Oh no. If I'm him, anytime I'm summoned, I'm gonna freak out. Because I'm gonna have no idea what it means. Criston, you can't crack here. You can't crack. Please, if she pushes you, bro, you gotta stay strong. Please don't. Don't crack, man. Do you think she suspects him? Or do you think, does she want to ask him questions on... Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Alicent has that in her to like go at him, but this is... Say it, man.
Breaches in resolve. Breaches, or rather lapses.
It happened, Your Grace.
Oh no! He doesn't know what he's confessing to.
Sin you allude to.
He doesn't know what he's confessing to.
I have committed it.
Oh my god. got himself
At
caught.
her instigation, it is true, but that should...
He has no idea what she's referring to. He has no idea what she's referring to.
My oath has been broken. I have dishonored myself.
Oh, God.
I deserve no consideration.
He told on himself, and it wasn't even that, but the pressures of it made him confess. Do you see what I'm saying? Rhaenyra caused all this dumb shit.
You are inclined to pity.
Alicent was not prepared for that, bro. She was literally talking about Damon, and Rhaenyra wanted to ask more information about it. He's under so much pressure. Anytime somebody whispers his name, he's freaking out. And he's like, oh shit, this is about me.
Thank you for your honesty, Sir Criston.
He's like, this is about me. I'm just gonna come clean with it. Screwed. And he's gonna be so mentally shot. Like, he doesn't know the next time he gets summoned. The next time he gets summoned, does that mean they're taking me to get beheaded? Like, what does it mean? And then does he go tell Rhaenyra that I've told Al... Oh my, this is all messy. All messy. Oh my God, he really thought that was about him. He's dying of infection, bro. You gotta take that arm. I mean, it might be too late to take it off. The infection might, like, just be so deep that, like, taking the arm is just adding more pain and possibly even more infection, because you don't even... Oh, man. Yeah, he's got about an episode left.
Be remembered as a good king, Lionel. You're right. As always.
Lionel is, yes, he's the best thing we got going in the show. Yeah. You're never going to know. He can ask those questions like, maybe if I would have been, you know, war-tested, battle-tested, I might have came out a different king or done this differently, but, like, especially at this moment, when you might not even make it through the night, that is something you're never going to know. And it's not worth stressing about, you know? Now, you know what needs to happen. King Viserys at this reception, at these wedding celebrations, needs to make it known, clear, that Rhaenyra is his heir if and when he passes. Everybody here swore to it. If you go against it, that is against the crown and war you will have started.
Well,
Okay?
if this is only the welcome feast, I admit I cannot imagine what
He needs to make that clear, crystal. Yeah, y'all need to get this going ASAP because Viserys does not have much longer left. You need to get married, get word out there, know what the succession plan is, and have everybody know it. Because if this man pulls a Robert Baratheon and dies in the middle of the night without that shit being put out there, man, all hell's gonna break loose. All hell is gonna break loose because how would we have a story? But man, they need to hurry up. She just gonna lock herself in her room till the king eventually dies, or what? Was he invited? Was he invited? Was he invited? How did he get in? What's the security oh, he does know the secret passage is... He does. Yikes. Oh, God. Did he show up on boat, though, or on dragon? Somebody had to have seen that. This is disgusting. Hello? She's not gonna say some shit now, right? Alicent ain't got that in her bag, does she? To literally just, like, walk up there and spew shit about shit? She's gonna go sit down, right? But she feels so scorned, though, because she stood up for Rhaenyra. It got her father kicked out. And then she comes to find out that she did have sex. It was just with... Alicent, please. Like, I'm on your side. Up to this point in the story, I've been on your side. Please don't do this. You got so many spiteful people in this room right now. Criston Cole, Alicent, Damon. Lord Corlys wants this to go through. Rhaenyra. It's... I just want them to make it through this dinner without, like, anybody objecting or making an outburst or something, because it just seems like the moment it'll happen any moment right now, you know? She's plotting. She's gonna try to take it herself. Revenge for Rhaenyra sending her father away and lying to her. She's gonna damn take it. See how many people she can rally to the true heir side. Oh no! This dude's gonna ask about his daughter? He's so over it. He's so over it. Viserys knows. He knows. We all know. God, can we get this over with? I want to see the next scene like go to a new day, because this night is bad, man. Bro, I don't like how long this is dragging out. It's giving me like Red Wedding vibes. Like, what is going to happen right now? Can we get through this? We have 15 minutes left of an episode. This is just bad all around, bro. I don't think we make it through this without some kind of outburst. Whether it's a Criston Cole outburst, a Damon outburst, an Alicent outburst. I don't know. Somebody please, for the love of God, stop this. What is happening? Hello? Where the hell are you? Are y'all the Kingsguard is protecting the king, but they're not going to get down in there like that. Criston. You good, bro? You had to get that up out of you, didn't you? Oh! What the fuck just happened? Why did that happen? Laenor's gonna be... That's bad. That dude's dead. Like, he's not coming... Like, it's not even like, oh, is he? No. How did that even... What did Damon do that triggered that shit? Yeah, we're getting that marriage over immediately. Like, get that shit done. I ain't got time for this. Cole's gone, bro. He's going with that samurai. Oh my god. Now what, he's gonna work for her? Oh my god. What just happened, bro? Someone get this rat. Jesus. How did we even get here, bro? Make it make sense. I don't think we have any after credits just because we haven't had it. Whoa, don't need to see any of that. Okay, so a lot went down right there. That was making me really anxious. I wasn't anxious when I watched the Red Wedding for the first time because I didn't know what was happening at the Red Wedding. I was like, man, this is... But, like, this here, anytime we have, like, a wedding ceremony, like, you know, the Red Wedding, Joffrey scene, you know, all that type of shit, you're like, okay, what this is going on along, like, what's gonna happen here? Or, like, Old Town forces gonna ride in? Is Damon gonna try to, like, assassinate? Is Sir Criston gonna run up there and be like, I object? Is Alicent gonna stand up and be like, she's a whore? Is Viserys just gonna fall over and die? Like, so many things are running through my head right there. And I don't want to blame Rhaenyra, but I do. It's because it's not like Sir Criston Cole ever like took advantage of his position. He never came on to Rhaenyra. He never like tried to poke at it, you know, like, oh, I'm interested. But he never like pushed her buttons like that. He was always steadfast. He did his duties. Like, he was never an issue. And just naturally, you spend someone like, that's literally her personal bodyguard. You guys are relatively, I mean, not around the same age. I don't know, 10 years, give or take. But in that time, it doesn't matter. But man, woman, you're spending all this time around. You're getting to know, like, you're naturally gonna, like, they're both attractive. You're naturally gonna generate feelings. And she comes back drunk and horned up and takes advantage of him. And he probably was already in love with her, but knew it was never, you know, it was never be like, I'm a I'm just a low level, you know, servant, knight's guard. It is what it. That's never going to be a thing. You know, I love her, but I choose to protect her more. And as soon as she swung that door open with them having sex, his mental's just gone. Because you see, like, he had dreams of like, oh, me and her can be something. We can run away and do this, and I can have her and she can have me, and like we can be a thing. And for her, I don't think she ever thought about Sir Criston like that at all. She's interested in him. She's interested in continuing. You know, Damon put that in her head. You know, we can have sex with whoever we want. You know, we take what we want. We do what we want. It's a pleasure. And I felt like it was a game to her. You know, them sneaking around was a game to her. But to him, like, that was it. And I said this a couple episodes ago, and Damon's whore, I forget her name, the lady Meleys, I forget what her name is, but she said it perfectly, like, you're a Targaryen, you can afford to play your games, but like, this is my life, like, I can't. That's the same thing with Rhaenyra. They're like, she can play her games and say she's gonna wed Sir Laenor, but, you know, have acquired taste outside of it to meet her needs. She can do that. She's a princess, going to be the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. No one's gonna check her. If someone busts up in her room, Robert Baratheon style, and she's in there with 10 different men, nobody's gonna care. They may, you know, yell at her a little bit, but it's fine. But like, Sir Criston can't play these games. If he's caught doing that, like, he's gonna be beheaded, killed, shunned, or worse. And to him, like, I felt like he was in love. And she just loved the idea of like sneaking around and like having what she wanted and, you know, being king. Because he posed the question, like, you talk about, you know, being used as a political chess piece and being married off and not getting to choose. But deep down, you know, she wants to be queen. She does. She knew it never was going to be an option because earlier she's like, my father has only wanted a son and I was never that for him. I felt like I was never enough. But when she got named heir, it was like, oh, I am. And when she had that talk with the queen who never was, she's like, oh, they bent the knee to me, you know, I'll change it. So you see that she has that in her. I don't like Otto Hightower said, he said there's not a man, I don't think there's a person, man or woman, that isn't in the position for absolute power. And that's anybody. Even if you don't want it, like you do, you know, you do. So it's just all screwed. I don't know what happened there. The way they cut the scenes, it made it look like Damon overheard Laenor and his lover talking about Sir Criston, but it was kind of hard to tell the way they were cutting because it made it seem like Damon was looking over his shoulder listening to them talk. But at the same time, when you saw them from like an overhead wide shot, he wouldn't have been close enough to hear that. So I don't know what that was. Did Damon trigger and set that off? Or did Sir Criston literally snap? Is he just like, no more of this shit? And regardless of what it is, we as a viewer, we know Sir Criston is on edge. He basically got made to have sex with her. You know, he didn't go for it, she did. He told her to stop and she still went. He confesses to her and got shut down. He confesses to somebody else outside of her that, yes, this happened. I'm ready to be killed if you want to. And so, and I feel like at any moment, if anybody says like, Sir Criston, I need to see you, I'm thinking, oh, this is it for me. So he's just on edge. And anytime he got to let that rage out, the same thing we had with Rhaenyra when she was going in on that boar, just letting that out. That was him right there. He had to let that out. You know, he had to get that up out of him. We didn't see Damon in any of that, by the way. We saw random people pushing and shoving and fighting. We saw Lord Strong get down there and grab Rhaenyra. We saw Sir Criston shove Laenor and just went... I don't think those were punches. He went at his face with a knife, didn't he? I mean, straight deformed that man. And I don't know if... You guys can correct me. Was it after the 7 days they were going to have the ceremony? Or were they always going to have the ceremony this night regardless? Because it looks like they're just like, we're getting this shit done. We're not taking the chance of like something happened to one of these people dying or something. And I was under the impression, oh, the king's dying of he's dying from infection. That shit has literally infected him badly. It took his 2 fingers and they thought they take the 2 fingers off. That was it. It spread it up his whole arm. And if it's up that far, it's in his system. Like, that shit is in his system. On top of it, he is getting older in age, so he's not going to recover as well. And they don't have the necessary medicines. Like back then, a cut, that's it. even today, like, you get out there and get cut and that gets affected and you're not treated like that's it. I'm under the impression that we're gonna have the first major time skip next episode. Like, I think this was the last episode with the child, teenage Rhaenyra and the teenage Alicent. I'm pretty sure we're getting their grown-up actors starting next episode. So I'm also going to, so I think it's like an easy, somewhere between a 5 to 10 year time skip. So by that time, her son Alicent's Aegon will be what? Around 10, 11, 12, maybe somewhere in there. Because I think at the end of this he's like 4, maybe around the end of this episode, 4 or 5. Viserys, he's gone. Like, that's it. Unless we split next episode in half, where it's like we start out with the younger actors, we have the funeral for the king, and then we see like time skip again. That's it. He's not making it. I'm curious what Alicent's plan is in general, number 1, and then Alicent's plan number 2 with Sir Criston. Because clearly those two things were happening at the same time, because we saw Alicent at the wedding ceremony. I mean, there's only 5 of them there. We saw her there, but then she also stopped Sir Criston at the same time. I thought those were happening at the same time. She was going to get married. She loses her love. Laenor loses his love, but those were 2 different times. I'm curious what her plan is with him, and he's going to do whatever she wants because she's got information. It's so fucked because I knew exactly where that was going. Alicent, nobody, and I mean nobody, besides Sir Criston and Rhaenyra had information about what Sir Criston and Rhaenyra did. Nobody. And I knew she wasn't going to name drop about Damon, and she was. The story did it on purpose. They know what they're doing. She didn't drop any names. Sir Criston has all this guilt. He's heartbroken at the same time. He's like, you know what? Yes, it was me. I did it. You know, I soiled her. I ruined my name. You know, get me killed. And it's just holy hell. Because at the same time, though, well, she did lie. She said, Alicent even said it last episode, Rhaenyra swore to me that she's still a maiden, still a virgin. She's not. So she swore to you on her mother's name, which is like already, like, Rhaenyra, what are we doing? But you could also say, like, yeah, Damon didn't have sex with her, so she didn't, like, lie about that, but she is not a maiden. And then we get this, like, Lord Strong and whoever that's their other brother, I think, talking about, you know, what it means when the High Tower is light green and, like, they're, you know, rallying their banners and all this type of shit. So, and I get Alicent. I mean, Alicent's just been used the whole time. The moment Emma died, I don't think she's made a decision or had a thought for herself that wasn't influenced in one way or another, you know? Even when she's given the king advice, you know, will it be better? When she kind of urged him to, you know, send your brother Damon help in the Stepstones, or Rhaenyra needs to think it's her decision to make these things. All of it's just been melted in her head by her father. And then why is Lord Strong's son out there talking shit? Is he whispering to his sons that are then spreading this information, or are her sons acting completely independent of her father? Do they have allegiance to Otto? Like, I don't know what that's about. Like, he just randomly pops up out there in the Godswood and shit and starts planting this information in her head. And he knows what he's doing when he's planting that. And she felt bad because she, you know, she believed Rhaenyra wanted to stick up for her. So Alicent's already emotional. Her father's leaving her. She has no one. Last episode, she says, you know, she has little to no friends these days. It got hinted at, you know, she's just stuck in a castle, pretty much just as a sex machine to push out heirs, and that's it. She has no friends, nobody truly there for her. Even though her father is a piece of shit and manipulates her, it's still somebody to her. And now that that's gone, she's just like, like on edge and shit. So that's a complete mess. R.I.P. Viserys. I thought he played a great character. I thought it was great. I mean, even if he's in next episode, that's it. I don't think he makes it through the whole episode. I'm curious, you know, I'm just curious the setup of, like, are they fully married? Is the realm still loyal to Rhaenyra in her claim? What's going to be I'm curious, like, how is the objection going to be played? Because I'm guessing Alicent and her father and the High Tower is going to do some shit to get Aegon on there. I'm curious, like, what is it that they do to get it going? Is it just, you know, it's tradition to have the male heir. The king had a male heir. We only put her as a, you know, a placeholder just in case, but he did. This isn't natural. I know you guys made this oath, but we have a male heir. He's of Targaryen blood, yada yada yada. Let's do that. Or are we just going to go on like a smear campaign of like, Rhaenyra had sex with her Kingsguard, Rhaenyra had sex with her brother, she can't be trusted, she might have even assisted in her father's killing so she could get on the throne. Yeah, like, I'm curious, like, what's the approach going to be? And I actually have no idea how this story, I have the general idea of it, but I don't know if, because the Mad King isn't, I think there's 2 kings, like, post Viserys, pre-Mad King. I think there's like 2 or 3 kings in there. So I don't know who is it Aegon that sits on it? Is it a child of Damon and Rhaenyra? Is it a child of Rhaenyra and Laenor? I don't know. We also know that there's no more House Velaryon, at least in the current Game of Thrones series. So I know he said they would take the name after. So I don't know, it's a lot of moving parts. And then Damon taking out Lady Rhea, like, she looked like a dope character and she was good looking. I don't know why he's all about that. And then you see that word go back to her about how Damon said the sheeps are better. Bro, to go out like that is so shitty. Good God. Horse collapsing on her, essentially snapping her back, snapping her neck, laying there paralyzed as he bashes in your skull. Good Lord. I was curious where we were at because I was like, is this the Vale? But I was like, why is there an ocean front? Is the Vale backed up to water? I couldn't remember because in the Game of Thrones series, you only see the Vale from like up there in like the huge mountain trails. But they show, I think we started on a coast shot, so I wasn't sure of that. I was like, oh, she's not bad. Maybe he's going to come hang out. So right now, I don't know what Damon's plan is. I'm assuming Damon's plan is to still somehow make Rhaenyra his and get that heir, whether it's they sit on the throne together and produce a child, whether it's he's married to her, she's queen, but he's essentially king, or he just somehow gets it himself. I am curious, do you think, when this ends, do you think Alicent has like a, I don't know, do you think she has like a Jaime Lannister moment or something as this goes through? Like, do you think maybe she gets pushed so hard by her father and so hard by others and her son? Do you think she ever ends up having a like heart or mind moment that like is of her own deciding? Do you think she ever sits down and is like, this is wrong, you know, this isn't the position I ever wanted? Do you think she just ever finally makes a decision for herself, what she thinks is truly right? Not what her father, not what Viserys, not anybody whispering in her ear. I'm curious if she gets that moment, or do you think she just go like, everybody dies here, whether it's of natural causes or they die, because this is 200 years before. I'm curious how her story goes. I wonder if she's ever truly going to get a moment to make a decision that sets things in motion that she truly wants to make. I don't know. And then I'm curious if just like, do the remaining Targaryens and the Velaryons, like, do we just squat up? Like, we're on the throne, we got dragons, come get it if you want. Does Damon somehow, I don't know, it's messy. It's very, very messy. That dinner scene made me really anxious because it went on for a long time. Then Alicent shows up late, Damon walks in, Damon's flirting with the damn, because she was 12 at the start of that. And then 3 years had passed, so she was maybe 15, 16 if we're giving her that. And she was a young 12. That girl looked 8 when she was being proposed to be married off. And then another couple years passed, so she's maybe 18 max? I don't know. That just gave me weird vibes. So we'll see. That whole dinner scene had me on edge because I got like Red Wedding vibes of like, does the king just fall out and die? Does Daemon walk up and stab him in the neck? Does Sir Criston walk up and say, I object? Does Alicent just stand up and point whore? Or like, does Otto walk in with all the Hightower bannermen? I don't know. It was a lot. That really made me anxious, but great stuff. I mean, these episodes are killing it. It's the best thing on TV right now, and we'll leave it at that. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe as always.